Every family has a choice, follow the herd or carve their own path. This is the Lone Wolf Podcast. Are you ready to stray from the pack?
Welcome to the Lone Wolf Podcast. Hello!
Well, you're back.
Here I am.
We haven't seen you in a while, honey.
I know. I've been on the road.
Actually, I've been seeing a lot of you.
I've been on the road.
You and I officially just spent every single waking moment of the last month together.
Yeah.
Here we are. Lucky me. I feel very fortunate.
Me too.
Anything that you can't stand about me now?
Oh, let's see. How much time we got?
Tread lightly.
No. I feel like we already... I mean, it's just us being in a tight space, but I wouldn't even have thought to do something like this if there was things that I was like, I can't be around that person. I obviously wouldn't have married you either, so...
Yeah, that's true.
No,
there's
really nothing. No, there's nothing that bothers me.
I know. I'm trying to think if there's anything that's drives me crazy. Like if there's anything where I'm like, man, we spend too much time together. I need a break.
I fall out of the bed occasionally.
But that's not my fault.
It's our baby's fault.
Yeah, I literally sleep
Yeah, we both sleep like pencils.
that in the corner. It's not me.
And she sleeps horizontal on a queen bed.
Yeah, she does.
With all three of us. So
Yeah.
Other than that, there's nothing. We've had a blast. It's been fun.
I know. I literally can't. That's a good sign, I feel. If I have to sit here and think that hard, if there's anything that's annoying or, you know what I mean? I feel like that's a good sign that.
Yeah. I think we should also say welcome to our RV.
I know. Welcome to our home. Welcome to our crib.
Yeah. And we probably won't be podcasting out of this much, but for the time being, it's kind of where we're at.
Yeah.
And
I mean, to be fully transparent, we're still kind of figuring it out. And there might be a little bit of trying to figure it out in the next couple episodes.
Yeah. It's honestly not bad though.
No, and I mean we are child free right now.
We are currently.
There are no children in this RV currently.
Yes.
Or trailer, I should
luckily
say.
We're with family right now, and
yep.
We are parked. We're parked near our home.
Yeah. So we're able to do this. Otherwise it would look a little different because you can't. For anybody who doesn't know, our trailer is 22 feet long.
It is small.
It's small. It's a single axle.
Looking at it.
Yeah, this is pretty much it.
There's a bed right here, side, a couple beds on that side, and
by a couple he means a bunk.
2 bunk beds
right there.
Yeah, and a small bathroom.
Yep, and then the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, honestly, it's everything you could need, though.
Yeah, it's been fine.
It's been totally fine.
I was a little worried initially about space and feeling, and we've talked about this, but this feeling like our home.
Mm-hmm.
And we both have said we really hope we don't want to get homesick, and we sold our house and we sold everything, so that was a big deal for us to feel
that this was home.
This is our home and this is where we live, and I feel like that 100% is how I feel now.
Completely. Yeah.
Even now that we're staying with family, just for a little while, it feels like, oh, we're back in our little house.
Yeah.
Just to come do this.
I totally agree. It instantly, you feel at home
right
in here. Yeah. It's super cool. Well, what do you think about road life so far?
Well, I think I love it. I have been thoroughly enjoying it. I think both of us have we've had highs and lows for sure.
Yep.
It's definitely not all Instagram and glamour.
Nope.
It is a lot of, wow, I gotta go to the bathroom and everyone's sleeping in here.
Yeah.
It's a lot of
holding your poop because you have to walk half a mile to the
nearest
dark, cold camp bathroom.
Right. But yeah, I mean, we've got to do and see a lot of cool places along the way to where we're at now.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for the second leg of the trip after this brief stop. Because I think we're going to go to more of the destinations that we were really wanting to see in the first place.
For sure.
there were a lot of cool places we went to. Like we went to Texas, we went to Colorado, Utah.
Did a couple national parks.
Yeah, a lot of national parks.
3, 4,
4,
3,
4.
3.
We went to
Zion,
Zion, Moab, Great Dunes.
Yeah, 3. You're
There's one
thinking
more.
no, because Moab has 2 national parks, but we only went to Arches.
Oh, that's right.
We didn't
Okay.
do Canyonlands.
So yeah, it was 3.
So I think it's just 3.
But then we went to we went
been-
through like the mountain pass of Colorado from like Grand Junction going into Denver.
We've been to a lot of state parks,
Yes, lots of state parks.
like at least 5.
Yeah, which state parks have a lot of good camping. So
Yeah, and decent pricing.
yes,
I've actually really enjoyed the state parks.
yeah, it's been awesome.
Yeah. I think for me, the only thing that has been a little like, that could be better
Mm.
is just, and part of it is because we wanted to get to Florida in a certain timeline.
Mm.
So we were just kind of like, okay, we'll go to this place and then this one and then this one and then this one. Like, we haven't stayed anywhere longer than like 2 nights, and it's just not enough for me to kind of like settle in and get into like a routine. So it kind of feels like every day is like a catch up day almost. I would like to stay longer, you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
In places to fully like just kind of settle in and enjoy it and get into like routines versus just having to always like do the dishes and get to drive mode and get the trailer set up and how are we going to eat and how are we going to do it, and then we're going to do this hike and then that's it. What's the next location?
Yeah.
And honestly, like there's a lot of planning
Mhm.
for the next location. So like I'll stay up until like 11 some nights just sitting here like researching the route, the drive, the distance between it, the places we could stop, where we're going to camp, what's going to be there, what's the food, should we get groceries, where do we get groceries, like, and I love that type of stuff. But like when you're doing it every couple days,
Mhm.
it starts to kind of get like, man, when do I get to just like
Relax.
enjoy where we're at and not always have to be like thinking about the next step.
Right.
But
yeah.
But we now knowing that, you know, we do have another destination to kind of get to by June, well, like May, June.
Right.
But I think we'll kind of plan our travel a little differently to be able to like spend longer in the places where that we think are cool.
Yeah, and I think this initial leg of the trip, the first month of this trip, and us being on the road was kind of a trial run to kind of see what we like and what we don't like.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this next portion of it will be, we'll be able to dial it in a little bit more and like you said, stay places a little bit longer than we have been,
Mm-hmm.
and really just strategically plan out and pick where we want to spend our time
Mm-hmm.
rather than just getting through certain states.
For sure.
There's still going to be some of that, obviously,
That's nature
because we're
of the,
across the country from where we're going back to.
that's the hard part.
So
Yeah. And the driving, it's not too bad, but we had to have some pretty big drive days. And I
Mhm.
think just as a mom, like the like guilt kind of starts to wear on me a little bit, where I'm like, man, like we have to put our like 1.5-year-old in this car seat all day long. And
she hates it.
it's just hard. And then you like feel guilty and you're like, this isn't the lifestyle that I wanted to give them, to be like strapped into seats for
Right.
5 hours a day and then lay their head down to rest and wake up and do it again. And you
Mhm.
know, like those parts are challenging. But I'm grateful that we're planted right now for a while in
Yeah.
Florida, and hopefully she'll just forget about it and
Yeah.
and then we can do it again.
Well, we
next month.
also completely unplanned until the very end there, but we dodged that giant winter storm.
I know, it's crazy.
So like we were in Denver and then Texas.
It's when we were in Texas that we
Right.
started to get the
Right,
like,
but
weather
we had
alerts.
passed through all those
Yeah, like major.
really cold areas,
Mhm.
And they were already cold anyways. Like our water tanks froze, and
Oh, yeah. I
um,
forgot about
we
that.
had all kinds of stuff happen because of the cold.
Yeah, it was 7
um,
degrees in
Great Dunes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so that was fun. And then we had to drive with frozen tanks until we got to Texas, where they finally thawed out.
And our wiper fluid froze and we were driving through a mountain
Yeah,
pass
That was
and
rough.
the like snow was splattering our windshield and we literally couldn't clean it. Like
Yeah, it was There were a couple of moments where we were like, what in the world are we doing?
You have more gray hair after that part of the leg than when we started this trip.
The mountain pass was rough.
That was really stressful.
Yeah. But yeah, getting out of it and then getting into Texas was cool. And then right when we left Texas is when we kind of got the notification that there's going to be this giant winter storm rolling in.
Our friend texted us and was like, hey, you know, hope you guys are avoiding this or whatever, like safe travels. And I was like, oh, did you know that there's like a winter storm coming?
Yeah,
and then I looked into it.
Our friends from Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like,
knew the weather better than us. Yeah.
Don't have to get out of a tank top.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bronson.
Yeah. The real MVP there, looking out for us.
Yeah, he sent that over to us, and I was like, what?
Yeah, but luckily, like, if we still had no idea that the storm was coming, we would have made it out, like, a day or two in time.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's been good. I'm loving it. I can't wait to do more of it, and I think that this next part, we're just going to continue to get more and more like dialed into what we want, and like just kind of perfecting the small hiccups that we've had. And you know, we've had some loss. We lost our Starlink.
Yep.
It was on the roof.
Yep.
Unsecured, and we drove off without it, and
didn't realize it until quite a while.
Yeah. So that was cool. So we got a new one. To pay for that, and then dealing with Starlink like 2 days. Setup.
Yeah.
Gosh,
dealing with rough. AI chat bots trying to get the Starlink reconnected. It took both of us and 2 days to finally get it set up.
It was a nightmare.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're back.
Yep.
We're back on Wi-Fi.
Yep. We had an urgent care trip. An Amazon
ear infections, eye
doctor
infections,
for
influenza A.
Yep.
All kinds
laryngitis.
We all got demolished.
Yeah,
in Texas.
Did. I had allergies.
I'm hanging on to a lingering cough.
I literally found out I was allergic to the plants in the state park we were staying in.
Yeah.
I've never had allergies in my whole life.
Yeah. What was it? Cedar
fever, they call it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's no joke.
Yeah.
I feel for the people who have legit seasonal allergies, because I had never experienced allergies before. I had no idea that they were that crappy.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've definitely had
I mean, we were put through it a little bit, and we came out smiling. But
here's the thing. I kept waiting for those things to happen. I know they happen because those types of things are a part of normal life too. Living out of a trailer in no way is going to get rid of the possibilities of normal life challenges like that.
Yeah. If we got sick at home, we all would have got sick at home.
Yeah. I mean, all these things happen in normal life. You know what I mean? You have accidental, or unplanned things that break or get lost or die or whatever, and you have to replace them, and unexpected costs, and all of that is a normal life thing. But then also we both watched a lot of YouTube, preparing for this, and bless the people who are brave enough to share that it's not perfect, and it's not
all glamorous.
Yeah, exactly. It's not just Instagram reels and trends and whatever.
Right. Where they open the door and there's just a beautiful beach, and you have your cup of coffee. It's do you know what I had to go through to make that cup of coffee?
Yeah. And it's actually cold.
Yeah, it's cold. And if we're not plugged into shore power, then it's gonna not work.
Yeah, then the coffee literally doesn't work. Yeah. But I was waiting for those moments to happen. So for me, it was almost when those little hiccups or whatever would happen, I'd be like, there it is. I knew they were coming, and there it is.
Yeah.
And it helps just get through it, because you're not, oh my gosh, I can't, it's there's the mindset change of that's a part of it. And I could be sitting at home paying a mortgage, working a job I don't like.
Right.
Or I could be in a national park with my family in a trailer doing cool stuff. And, I was deathly ill, and we picked up and went to the rodeo for my birthday, and it was freaking awesome.
It was awesome.
Yeah. And I would so much rather do that than sit at home and be like, we can't do anything, and it's my birthday and I'm sick, so I'm just going to sit on the couch and watch Netflix.
To be fair, you probably should have rested more, but
I had a great time, and I don't care. I'm going to look back and be like, yeah, that's what I was doing, for that birthday. And it was really cool.
It was cool.
Yeah. But lesson learned for sure. Yeah. We definitely needed to like slow down and rest. But it's hard when you're like, I don't know, you're excited about
Well, and it
wherever
was-
you are. And
yeah, and it was like the first month of us being on the road, and we were excited, and
yeah, we like want to do
we
all
were
the
in new
things
places, and the places that we were when we got sick, it was like that's kind
where
of
we
one of
wanted
our
to
main
be.
destinations we wanted to be.
Classic.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, classic.
But anyways,
How about them feet though?
let's talk about those nasty little hooves you got.
Hooves. What did you say earlier? Fetish or function?
Fetish or function? What are those little tootsies for?
Should we just hold up like pictures of feet and then you can
Yeah.
like vote like fetish or
Or
function?
function? What do those ones look like they're built for?
Yeah,
Because they're not all the same.
Yep.
There is, and we kind of came across this topic. I saw like something on Instagram or social media, just kind of talking about like the development of babies' feet.
Mm-hmm.
And because we have an 18-month-old, 1.5-year-old baby,
Mm-hmm.
and she's
17 months. Don't age my baby.
she has cute tootsies.
She does, yeah.
With
Big old fat
little
pad.
fat pads on top.
Yeah. We
and
have to size her up 2 shoe sizes to be able to fit the fat pad in.
Yeah, just like how thick they are.
Yeah, bless her little soul.
Yes. But we've kind of been mindful of footwear recently, and like wider toe box footwear, and
No, well, yeah.
just
I would say more intentional, not necessarily wear, because I have really wide feet and so does Holland, and I've always like been thoughtful in getting a wider shoe, not necessarily because I was like that's going to be the healthiest choice for my foot, but because they literally don't fit in other shoes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. But it's also, I mean, it's kind of trending right now. Like
it is, yeah.
It's become like in like the health world, and
people are talking about it.
Yeah, it's going back to like more barefoot style walking, and how modern not modern shoes, but just shoes in general, and the history of shoes has kind of reshaped the human foot for the worse. The narrowing of the front of the foot, and
like the weakening of
the weakening of your arches and fallen arches and all of that. And it was kind of cool because I was looking at that post, and it was talking about how arches are not genetic. They are grown. There's something that is developed over time, and it starts when you're a baby. So the arch is not there when babies are born.
Right.
They use their feet, and the more that they walk around and their feet start to pick up sensory brain development, all of it's tied in together, and those arches begin to develop, and the arches develop based on how you use the pads of your feet to help yourself balance and kind of gain more functional control of your body.
There's no genetic component at all to arches?
There might be a small one.
Yeah.
But most of it, from what I've seen, is developed. And so a lot of times, like, I'm flat-footed, and like I don't have any arches, my arches, whatever. I feel
like there has to be a genetic component to some degree.
I mean, there's always a genetic component, but majority of the time, it seems, and this is just from the science that I was reading today. So,
okay, he went to pull up said research that he's a expert in now.
Yes, and I am an expert in everything. So basically the short answer to the question, is it genetic, is sometimes.
Yeah.
More often than not, though, it is a product of
like your environment. It's
environmental, shoes, and influence of whatever types of shoes you're wearing from a young age. When you start to like put kids in like a restrictive shoe with a thicker sole, and the heel is set up higher, that is when you start to have a little bit of detriment to the natural development of the arches and the splaying of the front toes, because the shoes that we're wearing are all set up to be more narrow in the front.
So what about people with like flat feet?
What do you mean?
Like, what do you think went wrong from the nature's perspective to like create flat feet? So
this says, like, yes, genetics play a role, but it says that Says, but genetics mostly affect ligament laxity, how stretchy your tissues are, bone proportions, neuromuscular conditions, connective tissue traits. These can predispose someone to flatter arches. They do not automatically cause flat feet, though.
Okay, but I'm like specifically though, like I'm curious. If you see an adult and they have flat feet,
Mhm.
were they shoved into shoes too early? Were they like wearing high heels too much? Were they like wearing a narrow box? Were they wearing one where like the heels up high? Like I'm just curious if there's some like, you know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
imagine certain types of shoes or certain type of like activity, certain like pieces that were lacking or whatever are more prone to giving you like a flat foot versus like a really high arch. Or does that make sense? I'm
Yeah,
just
no,
like curious.
Yeah, I think that's kind of spot on. It's what they're saying is that when you start to protect the foot too much or use like
is a flat foot like more weak, you think, than
100%.
Yeah.
Yes, because that's what they're saying. Arches
Yeah.
develop naturally based off of being more barefoot.
Yeah.
Because you're not supposed to have this giant thick sole or the heel raised and elevated.
Uh-huh.
That's not a natural way for your foot to splay out.
What a weird thing.
Yeah,
it's so weird when you like really think about it.
Right, and it's it's one of those things. It's like shoes are part of our everyday life and in our world, and like you can't even go into the grocery store without shoes on.
No,
you know what I mean. It's like no shirt, no shoes, no shirt, no service. That's a thing. And shoes have become part of the culture, part of like
they're a necessity for
like getting your first pair of like Vans. You know what I mean? Like it's a cool thing.
Yep.
And like what's cuter than a baby wearing like some Vans?
It is really cute.
You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where we start to do it and implement it early on. But I think it's almost to our detriment.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
we start to
you're prioritizing fashion and almost like status over function and health.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
because I've done that. I don't know about you, but like I said, I have very wide feet. Most shoes aren't. Like most like trendy shoes are not comfortable on me. But yeah, I'm gonna shove my foot in like a really cute Chuck Taylor when I'm in high school because that's trendy and I'm gonna get the color that I want. I don't care if my like foot bones are like cracking every time I walk. The shoe is cute.
Right, or you're getting blisters.
Yeah, like I literally like I don't care because that's what's trendy.
You don't have to tell me. I watched you walk around in Doc Martens that give you blisters.
I love my Doc. Literally, I got rid of everything I own except for my books and my Doc Martens because I love them so much.
Or what shoes were you wearing the other day that gave you blisters?
They gave me blisters?
Your
my Blundstones.
Blundstones.
Yeah. Yes, those are too tight on my like instep and my like feet.
You know what's weird?
But I like them.
I mean, I'm going to jump a little bit ahead for a second. You know what's really weird? You're the one who always gets blisters wearing traditional shoes.
Yeah.
But we did like a little comparison, and we'll go into that in a minute.
That's interesting.
And your feet are much healthier in a natural way than mine are.
Yeah.
I don't ever get blisters.
That's weird.
And I think it's because your feet are set up in a way that is more...
They shouldn't be
in... Your toes are more splayed.
Yeah.
The front foot box is wider than the heel, which is what you want.
Yeah.
Mine was not. Mine was more... Because I've been 37 years old and I've been wearing shoes since I was probably 1 year old.
Yeah.
With narrow toe boxes.
Yeah.
And...
Would you go barefoot as a kid? Like, do you have memories of like going barefoot?
Not unless I was at like the beach or something.
You know, a difference too, honestly, is I went barefoot a lot as a kid. Like I have very distinct memory of being barefoot a lot, but I grew up in California and you grew up in the desert where like it can be 120 degrees in the summer.
Yeah, there's certain times where you can't
literally physically cannot go barefoot.
But I also skateboarded
and had to wear like
bit, and I was always in shoes. You can't skateboard barefoot
without you know interesting.
What I mean? Yeah. So
I literally right now can think about the way that like the gravel in our backyard felt and the dirt in the top felt and how it felt to ride my scooter barefoot and what the cement out front and what our grass felt like. I was always barefoot and I literally can think of all the sensory input of all the different things that I'd play on as a kid.
Yeah.
I was barefoot a lot.
You know, I was a 90s kid, so I was outside constantly, but it was always put your shoes on.
Exactly. See,
Put your shoes on.
that's what I was going to go to next is I feel like there's kind of this battle in like modern day now too of like the moms who are the like, take your shoes off. That's great. I love that for you. And then the moms who are like, you better keep your shoes on. And you see it at the park all the time.
I mean, it's almost ingrained in me because I still do that to Holland sometimes.
Yeah. And I'm a lot more like, no, they should take them off.
Yeah. She'd run outside and like show back up with just black feet.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, that's gross. Yeah.
The fuck are your shoes?
I know.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, well, her feet do look pretty healthy.
Yeah, they do.
You know,
they're very wide. Her toes are nice and widely splayed. Yeah. See, but part of that too is also like genetic. Like I just genetically have a wider foot. Like but I did look at okay, don't call me weird, guys, but I've been looking at a lot of feet pics today in preparation of this. But like it is really interesting seeing like for those who are watching, like that's kind of like how my toes are. Like they're spread. Like my pinky toe kind of touches a little bit, but like nothing, my other toes like don't like touch. But then like most of the modern like feet are like this, like they're all like shoved together like that. Yeah, like a lot of people's are like crossing over each other. Yeah, it's crazy. But you know what? You don't ever really wear like, you've never really been one to wear like high heels. No. Or any like stilettos or anything like that. I love platforms. Right. But I'm a sucker for platforms, but that's lifting the whole thing. Like I never really wear like a heel. Yeah. So when you start to like, and especially for women, because it's such a big thing, like that's when you start to run into these issues when you have the heel elevated so high, because what it's doing is it's not only changing the shape of your foot, because it's putting all of that pressure on the toes, and the toes have nowhere to go. So they start to do this. Yeah. Then you get that, like your big toe that starts to push over. Yeah. And that's where you get the bunion. Yeah, that like bunion thing. Yep. And then they end up having to get surgery. Well, and then also high heels are really damaging. I don't know if I want to say really damaging because I'm not an expert on that. I doubt it's really damaging. We're not an expert on anything. Yeah. No, we're just shit talking here. Yeah. But I think there is definitely an negative impact of wearing high heels on your pelvic floor as women. I mean, that makes sense. Yeah. And you know what else is very kind of cool is we don't realize how much sensory input our brains get, especially early on in life, from our feet. Like that is the whole kind of premise of what we're talking about, is like the development of the foot is really connected to the development of the brain and how your body balances and how it handles like your equilibrium and all of that stuff. It's all tied together. Like you get a lot of sensory input from the bottoms of your feet, right? Which is super interesting. Well, and then I was just looking at like reflexology, which I am not by any means an expert in, but the concept kind of makes me think of like acupuncture and how like you have all these like meridians in your body that interconnect different organ systems and functions, and somebody figured it all out, and you could take this little tiny hair size needle and put it here, and that will suddenly clear your lungs. You know what I mean? Right. Reflexology has like a similar concept where I've seen pictures where, I don't know if you've seen these before, but it's almost like there will be like organs laid out on the bottom of your feet. Like it'll show like this like pad of your foot is connected to lungs. I've seen that before. And here is digestion. And I did it with Zeppelin. Like when she was having really bad constipation as like a baby, I would go and like massage and circular motions on the bottom of her feet, because I read that helps with digestion. Well, and isn't there a thing that people were doing too, like putting onions, like saran wrapping onions to the bottom of your feet? That is because your feet are a detox pathway. Right. Like you detox out of your feet. See, and I thought, and I don't know still, I really don't, but like when hearing of like that kind of stuff, I'm like, this shit is woo woo. Like it's all like, this is great. Like this is kind of crazy. Yeah. Like that doesn't seem like it makes sense. But then kind of doing some research and just like briefly looking into like how much sensory input comes from your feet and how important the development of the foot is for like overall health and like longevity and back and knees and ankles. Like it's really critical for the entire body's function. Yeah. And the health of your joints and everything. And I'm like, damn,
like if that is the case, then maybe all of those things aren't crazy.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of things that we like discredit about the human body.
Well, I think that it's because we have this idea that it has to be some sort of medical like intervention.
Yeah, there's
for it
got to
to
be
work.
something to, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when in reality, there's probably a natural or naturopathic way to treat more things than we think.
Mm-hmm.
But we've been so hijacked by doctors and pharmaceuticals
The system is
that those things have been kind of programmed for us to go, that's bullshit.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure. That like if you were to accept that there could be truth here,
Mm-hmm.
it would potentially hinder your ability to see that this is the truth over here.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you can't possibly think both,
Mm-hmm.
or like maybe believing in this would discredit this too.
Right.
That, I don't know, they almost don't want you to know about it all.
Right. Like you have foot problems or back problems and stemming from your feet, or like having too high of arches or fallen arches.
Well, and then here's a weird thing. What about like podiatry? That's the term, right?
Right.
Like foot doctors.
Mm-hmm.
When did those come around? Now there's an entire new like category of medicine and like, I guess it's not medicine, category of like health. What's the term I'm looking for here?
Like a medical system.
Yeah, like a
built around
a whole new branch of it now.
Yeah.
All about your feet.
Right.
And it's not about how to make your feet healthy. It's how to fix problems with your feet
Mm-hmm.
that we are literally creating.
Just by wearing modern shoes.
Yeah.
Like it is kind of crazy.
Isn't that kind of wild?
I know we get into the conspiracy weeds quite a bit.
And I can't help but think too that like, I don't know, I literally doubt everything now. Like there's not a single thing that
Unfortunately,
I can't help but
you.
like,
I automatically was like, there's got to be some sort of like joint effort here.
Well, and like with podiatry stuff, okay, you're having this foot problem. So what we're going to do is take this same narrow box shitty shoe that was mass produced and has nothing to do with the overall health and function of your foot. We're going to put an insert in it.
Yeah.
Well, and then the insert is probably just supporting your weaknesses.
Right.
And in no way encouraging these weakened parts of your feet to work better.
Right.
It's just to make it a little more comfortable for you.
Yeah.
Oh, like your back hurts from your feet? Let's put this thing in there to try to help your back hurt less. And all it's doing is making your feet more weak. It makes your back hurt more at the end of it.
Right. Like an arch support is actually, and this again, very, very limited knowledge of what
I was going to say. I could be completely wrong, and maybe podiatrists like deserve a round of applause and they got it all figured out. I don't know.
Absolutely.
But
hear us out.
Yeah.
Because we're talking shit.
Yeah. Let's talk shit.
Let's slide an arch support in there and protect the arch that is already too weak to hold itself up.
That's what I mean.
What are we doing? Because now you're just giving it, now all you're doing is making it weaker than it was.
Exactly.
Because you're taking all of the pressure off of it. The only strength that it had to kind of keep itself in a position is now taken away. I
have no idea if this is the right correlation or not. So this might be one of the worst things I've ever made a comparison between. So don't judge me.
Throw it out there.
But it makes me think of like, I saw this video a long time ago of, and I don't know why, but like now I can't see old people the same. But it was about like an elderly person who was kind of like crumpled over a little on how to use like a walker. And it was like that older person decided like, I don't accept that. Like, I think that I could have better function and I could feel better. So they started lifting weights. They started lifting weights instead. And then they did like a before and after video. And this person could barely walk to all of a sudden walking upright, full strength, walking with a great gait as if they were 30 years old. And I was like, whoa, that's cool.
Yeah.
And then it made me think about like any time now I see elderly with like canes and walkers and whatever, I'm like, is that like the insole of, you know what I mean? Where they're already weak and instead we just give them a little prop device to make them think that they have support for their weakness, but it's not going to make them any stronger.
Yeah. It's selling a crutch. That's all it is.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Sell the crutch. So they have to rely on the crutch rather than fixing the problem.
Insoles are expensive too.
Dude, they're so expensive.
I've never been to an actual foot doctor, but my dad was an avid runner.
Yeah.
And I know he would go and like do all that. And I think my parents were thinking about trying to get me something when I was playing volleyball, just because, again, I have wide feet. They're trying to get me like the right shoe that fit good and get like supports in there and whatever. But like even with insurance and stuff, it would have been like a few $100s to go get like the insert.
Yeah, or like orthopedic shoes.
You're like, that's insane.
It's crazy. And really all it's doing is probably creating a further problem.
Yeah, like it's not fixing anything.
Yeah. Do you know what would probably help? Going barefoot for a while.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or wearing like a very like flexible, low profile,
like soft sole,
flat sole.
Yeah.
That
with a wide toe box.
Yeah, that has a little bit more like sensory input to it, and makes you rely on the balls of your feet rather than being like a heel first walker.
Wait, are you not supposed to go heel first?
No, but you're.
Wait, I have to like think about how I walk now.
The weight of your feet should rely more on the toes and the balls. You shouldn't be like a heel first. So when you're coming down on your feet.
Wait, but when you walk, don't you like do that?
Yes.
Like heel?
But
are you not supposed to?
You shouldn't be like super heel heavy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like when you land, it should be more like that.
Right.
Versus heel down.
Right.
Now I feel like I need to walk around and assess that.
I know. Well, and so we decided today, when we were kind of just looking into stuff, that we would compare. Well, we had asked Chat GPT to analyze our feet.
I wasn't sure how I felt about putting pictures of my feet into Chat, but
yeah, and for our own safety, we are not going to put the pictures of our feet up.
Yeah.
So all you fucking creeps out there,
that's behind a paywall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
$500 each.
For the right price, you can I'll cut my toe off for you.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up in an envelope and send it to you.
Yeah, this RV ain't filling itself up. But yeah, so I did mine first. Meanwhile, my brother and my sister-in-law are sitting on the couch and going, "What the hell's wrong with these people?" But I did mine, and you can tell, like just looking at my feet, that they've been molded by the shoes that I've wore for my entire life.
For sure.
My toes are not spaced out.
They like kind of point in almost, right?
Yeah, like the like my forefoot, I guess you would call it, the front of your foot is not much wider than the heel, which that's a sign of like a manipulated kind of unhealthy setting for a foot.
Yeah, that's so interesting.
But other than that, like my arches were okay. It did say that my arches looked like a little bit weak because of like supportive arches in your shoes, and having that more narrow toe box.
You know what's interesting? Your back hurts all the time.
Well, yeah,
and I know you have other reasons for that, but
that was something I started to think about too. I was like, damn, are my back problems like stemming from
your feet, my
shitty feet?
Yeah. And maybe not 100%, but could like strengthening your feet improve your back? I bet.
Also, not only that, but like strengthen your knees and like your ankles and
everything.
Yeah, it just kind of change the way that your body holds itself up.
I feel like these biohackers should be talking about feet more.
Who's talking about feet? Let's talk about feet.
I mean, grounding. I feel like grounding for sure has been.
I need someone that's a lot smarter than me to explain the feet.
Hey, hit us up. We'll have you on the podcast. Yeah, let's talk feet,
please, because it was kind of something that we both were interested in.
Yeah.
I know they sell like more, like there's definitely more companies that are doing like wide toe boxes.
For kids too. There's a lot of kids. You got a nice pair
of wide toe box shoes today.
I did, yeah.
From REI.
On discount.
Yeah, on discount. We love that shit. But there's still like a huge, the majority of the market isn't selling you ergonomic shoes. And it's probably because they don't look as like, to the normal person's eye, they don't look as aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Actually, I could tell you why, because I did a deep dive on the history of feet.
Oh, you did?
Or shoes, specifically, the history of shoes.
Okay.
Yeah, I was really curious.
Tell me.
I love history stuff. I think I've said this before on an episode. Like, you can go back and forth on all the conspiracy and whatever, but like, it's hard to deny if you just lay out the history flat and be like, okay, that is really interesting. But we put my feet in as well, right? And mine came back with like green check marks on everything, right?
Yeah, so it gave like let me pull it up real quick. What's up, guys? It's Jordan, just in case you missed me. We're all about nose to tail nourishment around here because nature didn't waste a thing and neither should we. Enter Pluck Seasoning, the easiest way to get the benefits of organ meats without actually having to eat organs. Unless you're into that. Respect. Pluck has become our secret weapon in the kitchen. It turns simple meals into nutrient-packed powerhouses. A sprinkle transforms ground beef into something primal. A dash in soups or bone broth deepens the flavor and nutrition. Even eggs and veggies hit different when they're kissed with those essential vitamins and minerals your body actually craves. Use code Lone Wolf for 15% off your next jar of Pluck and taste what happens when ancestral meets every day. Okay, so they did like for both of us, they did like an overall foot type summary. So it says your wife's feet appear structurally sound, naturally proportioned, good toe alignment.
That's right.
Likely stronger arches.
Yep.
And less modern shoe shaped.
You heard it.
So in plain language, her feet look more human than shoe adapted.
How much you guys want to pay for a pic, though? I got him.
I know I'm turning some people on right now, and it's not good. You freaks. Okay, now let's go back to what it says about my feet.
To turn you off.
Okay, so she had 5 of 5 green check marks.
That's right.
Based on what I see about Jordan's feet, structurally intact foot, great. No major deformities.
What does that mean? Like, no toes missing?
Well, yeah, no major deformities. Like, they're trying to give me the benefit of the doubt here.
Yeah, they are.
They didn't want to give me all red flags.
He has all 10 toes.
They're like, yeah, your feet are still connected to your body.
Yeah,
so
it's a good start.
Yeah, no major deformities. Great. Here's where things go off the rails a little bit. Mild toe compression history, meaning like the toe box has been pushed together, which I can feel that now when I'm thinking about it. Arches are present but undertrained, meaning like they are not as like strong as they should be. Yeah. There's been too much support.
Yep.
Limited toe driven propulsion, meaning like they was saying that like the way that my toes are splayed out, I'm not using my toes enough when I push off the ground. And that was like, I'm like, okay, so like structurally intact foot is really all I got.
Yeah.
Like no deformities. Cool.
Yeah.
So it says this is not a bad foot. This is just a modern foot.
This is because this is your chat and it's trying to make sure it doesn't hurt your feelings.
It hurt my feelings. Yeah. So, you know, it's like, I don't know how yours turned out so nice.
You know, I keep thinking about it and it makes me think that structurally, like the skeleton of my foot is just wider. And I feel like here, like if these are my toes, like this part of my foot is wider, that almost prevents a shoe from smashing my toes in.
Yeah, maybe, but
because I will never forget when I was in Army ROTC in college, I needed a wide toe box, but I got a very narrow shoe, like a boot. And we would do like ruck marches in it. My feet would literally crunch. I'll never forget it. It was brutal. Like you could hear the bones in my feet just every time I'd walk, like, and then I got terrible blisters, but my toes never like felt like they were doing that. It's because like literally my bones were too wide for that to even happen. Like
now that the attention has been brought into my, like,
you can't stop thinking about
my
it.
narrow toe box. It's making me feel like claustrophobic. Like I want to get some of those
you just
toe
spread
spacers.
Them out. Yeah, those are things.
Yeah, they are.
Those are kind of cool.
So I asked, I asked Chad. I was like,
what you could do.
Like, what are there? Like, am I too far gone?
Can I be saved?
Or are there things that an adult can do to potentially reverse the damage that we've done with modern shoes? And so, good news. Anybody that's out there looking at their feet feeling the same way I am, going, these motherfuckers got me.
We
can reverse some some portion of the damage we've done with the modern shoes. And it's just a matter of getting out there and being barefoot or wearing low profile, wide toe box shoes that don't have any heel. It's going to be flat and fairly flexible. Like you want to be able to bend the sole. Not like a Nike Air Force One where like it's just a stiff block. You want to have some movement. You want to be able to feel the things that you're walking over, which can be a little bit uncomfortable, especially if you're not used to it.
Yeah, it takes like training to.
Yeah, but there's definite things that you can do in order to repair and strengthen your arches and splay out your toes and regain mobility. And I guess, you know, in the long run, it's probably going to help with a lot of other ailments that you have, like knee pain or ankle pain or hip dysplasia. There's a lot of weird things that like are associated with your feet that you wouldn't really have any idea. Back problems.
It's weird because it made me think of how when I was powerlifting, we would never wear like Nikes. And if you were wearing Nikes that day, you should squat barefoot. Like we would wear like old broken down Converse or something because they're completely flat. Or you would take your shoe off and go barefoot. Like it was a big deal to be very flat with your feet. And then I wish I knew more about it. It was one of my training partners who got really into all of it. And I was just like, okay, cool. I believe you. But he was really into like when you're actually squatting, you should really like spread the ground with your toes. Like you should do some squats barefoot and you should like push the earth away with your feet. Like there was a lot of like what you do at your feet can literally improve like the strength of your squat and your movement.
I mean, that makes sense to me.
Yeah, like now after, right?
Yeah, like grounding like being able to ground yourself and like feel like that sensory input into your feet and push through that.
But also like the whole strength component. Like I imagine like everything's so interconnected. If you know how to actually like activate and ground your feet in, there's going to be an upward effect in the strength that you can move and the energy and power you have throughout the entire like chain.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of like rooting yourself into the ground.
Yeah. And then, of course, like there's the obvious things like form. Like if you're wearing a shoe that's kind of shifting you forward or whatever, then
it's going to fuck your form up.
Yeah, it can fuck your form. So, but yeah, and it just had me thinking about like powerlifting that I think, I don't know, if we just paid more attention to feet in general, I feel like everybody would probably have better, higher function.
Yeah. And this is all like kind of new stuff to me and you, I think. But we have
awareness.
We've had awareness of it. And we knew that like a wider toe box was probably better for us, especially, you know, as we're raising children. And, you know, if anything, parenting makes you look into everything with a magnifying glass.
Well, and it has become a pretty like, I guess you say trendy topic in like the mom world that you want to have your babies in wide toe box. And I just naturally, like, I've never put either of the girls in shoes before they were walking. And even like when they were walking, like I put Zeppelin in a soft foldable moccasin or she goes barefoot.
So I looked and it says that the most crucial time to have your child in a flat, wide toe box shoe with a manipulative sole is between the ages of 2 and 6.
Interesting.
Because that's when the development of the arch is happening.
Very interesting.
Right.
I know. It's so funny because I had never really noticed that like little babies and kids don't have arches until I was actually looking at our nephew's feet. Zephyr, I was like looking at his feet once and I was like, does Zephyr have flat feet? And then I can't remember, we started like talking about it or I looked it up or something and I was like, oh no shit. Like, you know, a little sip of water.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, like kids don't have arches. Like,
yeah.
And now like I look at Zeppelin's and I'm like, yeah, those are flat.
Yeah,
now I'm trying to think. I don't know if I've really like assessed Holland's arch because she's 6 now.
She's got good arches.
Does she?
I've inspected her feet a couple times.
I guess I can like see them in my head now. Yeah. Like I know what they look like. I've just never been like, I'm gonna look at her arches.
But she's got your feet.
She definitely has like the wide
toe box. They're splayed out. They're nice.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, well, so here's the history.
Okay,
we'll go this direction. So my main question was like, when did shoes kind of like start, and were they always a narrow toe box. Like,
Okay.
it's weird because if you see like even like the modern human today, if you take like the little insert out of your shoe and like lay it down
Mhm.
and then put your foot on top of it, like most people's feet are not that shape. So I'm like, why then did we make shoes that shape?
Right.
I'm confused. Is this some sort of trap? Like,
right. Were we doing this
was
on
this
purpose?
intentional? Yeah, like, and who's responsible? I need to know. So the earliest shoes were about protection, right? Which makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, you think of the people out there in the roughing it out in the wilderness,
Right.
like
Rocks
yeah,
and sticks
yeah,
and
pokey things, hot things, cold things,
right.
like yeah, you need like protection. So the oldest known shoes were of the Iceman, it says, in 3300 BCE.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Let's fucking go way back.
Yeah. And it was soft, flexible foot shape and made to wrap around the foot, not to mold it.
Okay.
So it makes sense. Like, across cultures, there were like indigenous sandals, moccasins, turn shoes in like medieval Europe. But they all shared key traits of a wide toe area, thin, flexible soles, minimal heel or none, designed to follow the foot, not correct it. Okay. When shoes became a symbol was around the Middle Ages and like Renaissance Europe, it said.
Really?
Yeah, which is interesting. But shoes start to signal wealth, class, and distance from labor.
I think that makes sense because I was trying to think like the pointy toed shoes were like a fashion
now it's
thing.
fashion. Like now the shoes that you're wearing on your feet are going to symbolize something. It's some sort of a statement.
It's like a status, a class of
but
human.
Yeah, but then status as well. Like it's kind of saying like if your shoes were some like more godly or not godly, gaudy, more like gaudy shoe, it signaled that you don't like work, like you're not out doing hard work, you don't need a high function shoe, you're just here to look pretty,
right? Like
it became like status.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, and that's where the problems start,
right?
Yeah.
I know, in a lot of ways, not just like shoes, I feel. Industrialization changed everything. This is the real turning point, it says. So after the 19th to 20th century, there started to be mass production. And this is interesting to me. Like, I don't know how true this is because it just seems unfathomable to me. But it says that so there's mass production, standardized sizing, which makes sense. Like now you could go buy a size 9 or a size 7.5. It's not like, oh, I'm going to take this cloth and material and make a moccasin around my foot.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now, like there's mass production and like there are sizes now that you pick in the store. It's never custom made to your foot.
Right. It's never like, oh,
this is the shape of your foot and here's how
my foot's a half inch wider than yours.
Yeah.
But the same length.
Yes.
So we're just going to go based on the length.
Exactly.
Cram it in.
And then symmetrical, same shape left and right. I don't really understand what that means. I guess like a moccasin, like think like Zeppelin's moccasins. You could switch it on either foot.
Right.
And now like there's a left shoe and a right shoe.
Right, because of the curve.
Because it has to be, yeah. Because but it has to be because the shoe's so narrow, but a natural foot is bigger on one side typically. Like, right. It's kind of weird. I don't know.
It's kind of weird.
And then faster, cheaper manufacturing. But this is the part that I don't know is weird to me. And you tell me if you feel like it makes sense. But it says
it's probably around the time of the Industrial Revolution.
Well, that's what it's saying.
Yeah.
But that it's much easier to mass produce narrow, tapered fronts with stiff materials and uniform shapes.
That makes sense.
But why not just make it a little bit wider and mass produce that? Is that really that difficult?
Probably save on product.
That much though, to like, I mean, destroy a whole nation from the feet up? Like,
the thing is, you don't realize, like, when you put the shoe on with a more narrow toe box, although it doesn't feel natural, it doesn't feel super uncomfortable.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
But you don't have genetically very wide feet.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
I hear you.
Yeah, I guess it maybe it does if you go from being like having very natural splayed toes to normal. But I guess like I've been wearing those types of shoes since I was a baby. So,
but this is where I'm saying like I have trust problems. Like, was it really just like it's just easier to produce this narrow shoe, or were there other motives there?
right.
I can't help but feel like somebody knew what they were doing.
Well, maybe there was some influence from the previous centuries where that was like the higher end thing to do, having a narrow toe box. So maybe that carried over.
It was almost like a social trend than
Yeah,
it was.
and it was like give the workers something that they think is like, maybe give them something that they feel like is higher end for them, or maybe, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, like it would reach more people because
Right.
I don't know. Isn't that weird?
It's weird.
It's kind of like still a question mark for me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and it says like a wide anatomically correct toe box requires more material, more variation, better craftsmanship, and a higher cost. That could make sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that it's harder to make that type of shape of a.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's interesting.
Yeah, I think
so slim equaled civilized.
Mm-hmm.
By the early 20th century, cultural messaging fully flipped. Narrow feet are elegant, wide toes were primitive, sloppy, and uncivilized.
Ew.
I guess that's me, huh?
It's like a foot fetish thing. It's like go away from
like
what's natural. And go for beauty.
That's so weird.
But why
do we do that so much?
A lot of cultures like that. Like
I know.
A lot of histories like that.
Yeah, it really is. Like the corsets and anything that's like unnatural.
Yeah, the wigs.
We're like
the men wearing the gray wigs in the judicial system.
So weird.
It's so weird.
Small feet became linked to femininity.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that makes sense.
There's certain
restriction equals beauty. Discomfort is normal.
There's certain cultures that were binding women's feet.
Yeah,
for that.
I know.
In some Asian cultures, they were binding women's feet.
Well, and it's just like the high heel. Like for whatever reason, like a high heel is deemed very sexy.
It's a sex symbol.
Yeah, like to have the long, lean legs and be tall and whatever. Right. Like high heels are like
it's so weird.
A sex symbol, but they're absolutely terrible for you.
Yeah, they're awful.
So weird.
It's strange.
I know.
For sure.
And then it just says children's shoes where it gets quietly dark. Historically, children were barefoot as long as possible. Early shoes were soft and foot-shaped. Modern shift, babies put into stiff, narrow shoes before they're even walking. Shoes marketed as supportive. Natural flat feet labeled as a problem. So adults projected adult ideals onto children, fear of improper development.
Okay.
So they notice like, oh, babies have like, why do we never just trust nature?
I know.
Why can't we ever just be like, oh, God designed it that way. That's probably the way it's supposed to be.
Right.
We're like, oh, that's a problem.
That's a problem. And
we should figure out modern man is got to have the solution.
It doesn't look as good.
Like,
yeah. It's crazy.
When we do that everywhere, it's wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then it just said like we intervene early and then treat the consequences later. And that's the thing is we love a treatment plan. We love like creating a problem and then creating the solution.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
well, so back to our initial question, fetish or function. If we're looking at the history of feet, it's fetish.
Yeah, it really
They're
is.
fetishizing the feet and making it a sex symbol or the status thing or conformity to what they think your feet should look like.
Yeah, or more feminine or desired or more likable. Like
history was a bunch of foot fetishes. Freaks.
There it is.
And they ruined our shit.
Yep.
And now we're all stuck in these narrow toe box death traps that make your toes crisscross.
Yeah.
And give you fucking bunions, so you got to get surgery.
And your back hurts, so you take pop pain meds and
listen, I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't want it.
I'd like a refund.
I'd like to know why.
I know isn't that weird?
Why?
Should I ask chat? How should I ask it? Let's have chat do something like ragey.
Say,
remember when I like did the homeschool thing and I was like, say this to me as if What should I ask it?
Say, okay, based off of the history, why do people fetishize feet so much?
No, I don't want to know about fetishes.
Do it.
No, I'm not asking about fetishes. Why have we gotten here? Like, why in the modern world?
Based off of modern podiatry and our knowledge of how bad the narrow toe box is for your overall foot health, why are we still pushing it?
Oh, okay. Okay, chat. It says, this is such an important question because once you see it, you can't unsee it. And the honest answer is the persistence of narrow shoes has very little to do with health knowledge and almost everything to do with culture, economics, and power. As it always does.
That sounds 100% right.
As it always does. Modern podiatry knows, but it's built to treat, not prevent.
Okay.
That's everything, man. Mm-hmm. Mainstream podiatry absolutely recognizes toe splay as important, bunions as influenced by footwear, and that lifelong narrow shoes deform feet over time. So podiatry is very aware of all that.
And they make money.
But the modern medical model is reactive, not preventative, is reimbursed for intervention, not lifestyle change, treats feet after dysfunction appears. That's kind of what I was saying. Like, we created this whole new...
Right. So it's really not a conspiracy theory. It's reality.
Yeah. So the system ends up saying, yes, shoes contribute, but here's an orthotic brace, injection, or surgery.
Mm-hmm.
There's no structural incentive to challenge footwear norms at a cultural level. And then here's another, number 2. It says, aesthetic conditioning is incredibly hard to undo. The slim foot persists because it's visually conditioned, not rational. The conditioning starts in children's shoes, in ballet, fashion, advertising, professional dress codes. When I was looking at stuff for this episode, I saw a video of it was a picture of Usain Bolt's feet. Mm-hmm. Have you ever seen those? Mm-mm. Bro, if you're listening right now, go to Google and look at, I'll Google it right now just to show you, just for the like. Mm-hmm. Well, let's see if Google will even pull that up. Is that X-rated? Feet. No, look at these fuckers, babe. Look at that. You can't tell me that ain't right.
What the hell?
Look.
So there's feet?
Yeah.
That's from the running shoes.
Uh-huh.
Whoa.
Yeah.
But he's fast as fuck.
Yeah.
Imagine if he had wide toe boxes.
Isn't that kind of interesting, though?
He fucking run on water.
How weird is that? But here's the thing, like, aren't most of these, like what brand shoe does he run in, do you think?
I don't know.
Let's
like Nike.
See. What brand shoe does Usain
Maybe
Bolt
Asics.
wear? Puma.
Okay. No.
Because he has a lifetime partnership with the brand since signing his first professional deal at age 16. And here's the thing. All of these shoes are mass produced. Like, you can slap it on some professional athlete. It's still a Nike.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, they don't go, unless I'm wrong, they don't go in and make some custom specially made Nike for Kobe Bryant. You know what I mean? Like, they're not.
They do, but they aren't, I don't think they're doing it. It's more for the look than it is for the function.
Exactly.
I mean, it's got to work for their sport, obviously, because they're athletes.
Yeah.
But if
still,
your feet are already molded to a certain standard, then it doesn't make that big of a difference to just make something that looks cool.
I mean, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
I mean, what would athletes be like if, I don't know. I mean, we have humans doing like super freak human stuff. Is it because we're like fucking with their design? You know what I mean? Or could they be even more super freak if we actually like...
I feel like this is probably to our detriment.
What?
Like the modifications that we've made to like the foot would probably, I feel like with modern science and changing the splay and like going with a more natural foot would only lead to better balance and faster. Right?
I don't know.
Maybe.
Honestly, I know nothing about running, so it's
Yeah.
definitely not my
It's interesting though.
but it's very interesting.
Yeah.
But anyway, for those who couldn't see, his foot is very smashed together.
It looks like looks like a woman's foot who was wearing high heels.
Yeah, it looks exactly like the shape of a Nike.
The toes pushed in.
Yeah,
like
all the toes are slammed together.
The big toes kind of slanted in towards the middle.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
Well, and he's probably been in a Nike for
long time,
decades.
Yeah.
Other than when he's sleeping at night, answering the question for chat.
Yeah.
The fourth thing is mass manufacturing depends on narrow shapes, which we were already kind of saying, right? It's easier to standardize, less material, et cetera, et cetera. Deviating from the norm still carries social risk. Even today, wearing foot-shaped shoes can signal crunchy, granola, not fashionable, not professional. People subconsciously are like, will I be taken seriously? Will I look odd? Will I stand out?
True.
I mean, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
Children's shoes mirror adult anxiety. That one's weird to me. I think I don't know. I think we could create better ideas around the children's shoes thing, but just fear of flat feet, fear of improper development, fear of doing it wrong. Instead of trusting development, society chooses structure, correction, and control.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, at this point, to have normal, natural shaped feet looks different than what we think is normal. Having wide set toes and having a more ancestral, natural looking foot.
Yeah.
It's not something that you look at and you go, oh, that's normal. You go, whoa, what's going on there?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, looking at all the pictures of modern feet, I'm like, oh, my foot doesn't look like that. Yeah. It makes you feel almost kind of self-conscious of how I'm weird. Why are my toes so wide and my foot is wide?
I'm upset now because I looked at my narrow ass toe box and I'm like, fuckers.
Hey, this is a good awakening here.
Well, so we can not only that, but
make some changes.
It you know me, I love to surf and I skateboard and I snowboard.
Yeah.
And all of these things require really, really good balance and grounding.
That's true.
And I'm like, damn, did this, I mean, I guess to a certain extent it plays a part, but I mean, you have Usain Bolt who has literal woman high heel feet and he's the fastest guy on the planet.
Yeah.
But part of me feels robbed.
Yeah, for sure. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck happened here?
Hey, well, you know what? We're going to do our kids better and see how that benefits them.
For sure.
I mean, it is. There is some good news. There is some good news in knowing that, this isn't. It sounds like, again, we are not experts. I don't know how many times we have to say that in an episode.
Yeah.
That more often than not, it's environmental that can cause this foot stuff than it is genetics.
Yeah.
And there's a lot more you can do with an environmental thing than you can a genetics thing.
For sure.
You know what I mean? At least there's good news in that.
Right. If you can change the shape of your foot, you could probably change it back.
Well, and I was just sharing this with our family. We were talking about feet earlier today, that I have barefoot sandals, which are just a flat, flexible little sole, and then one little string, basically. It's a strap that goes between your big and second toe, and then it wraps around your ankle, and that's it.
Yeah.
The first time I wore them, I was like, I'll just go for a long walk in them. My feet were so sore. Literally all the little tiny ligaments and muscles in my feet hurt so bad for a week. And I was like, whoa.
That's good.
Yeah, but it was crazy.
Yeah, because you're using the muscles and the ligaments
the way that
the
we probably should be.
That you should have been using the whole time.
Yeah. But
it's like working out for the first time after you haven't worked out in a year.
It's exactly how it felt. It was insane how sore my feet were in the weirdest places. But if I wear my barefoot sandals for a while, when in the warmer months, I wear them for a while, and then I'm like, I'm gonna put my Nikes on to go for a walk. I literally can't fit my foot in the shoe.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that that happens in just a couple days of wearing those sandals. You could totally change your feet.
For sure.
Not just you. I mean, anybody.
Right.
You could totally change your feet. So there's good news.
That's good news.
This also says that health threatens existing power structures. I love that one. If society fully embraced foot-shaped shoes, orthopedic intervention demand would drop, fashion systems would need reworking, medical narratives would shift, parents would trust bodies more, systems resist change that reduces dependency.
There it is.
There it is. He
There it
should have
is.
just said that one.
Right.
The deeper layer, this is the quiet part. At its core, this isn't about shoes. It's about distrust of the natural body, preference for control over adaptation, fear of wildness and form, belief that refinement requires restriction. Narrow shoes persist because they fit a worldwide view that says the body must be shaped to belong.
Damn.
Yeah.
Sad.
Shit. Well, shit, Chad.
That's sad.
Damn.
Yeah.
But yeah, so an experience that we had that wasn't a year ago. Someone was walking with help.
Like 6 months ago.
Yeah, maybe like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
We did the barefoot walk with in Flagstaff area, and it was freaking awesome.
Yeah, it's like a it's like a course.
It's a mile long, right? It's a mile long. Yeah, and they have like all these different like sensory things set up as you go.
Right.
But you go completely barefoot.
Yeah, it was cool. They had like different types of rocks and sticks and logs,
cork, water,
sand, mud.
Yep.
And you walk all through the whole course through the woods, and it's all barefoot. And so you get all this different sensory input.
Yeah.
And it was really cool, and the girls loved it.
It was I loved it.
I loved it.
I
It was
would
fun,
love
yeah.
to go again. It was really cool.
It was very
Except
cool.
for we went with one of our good friends who was flat-footed, and he hated it. Just with too much sensory input. Yeah. I mean, he didn't like hate it, but he definitely didn't have like...
It wasn't his thing.
No, I don't think he had as good of a time as the rest of us.
Yeah.
But then at the end of it, in the little like shack, they had a big poster that showed, I believe it was like the reflexology. Like it was showing the different parts of your foot, and you were supposed to like at the end sit there and like notice where you had the most like sensation in your feet or something, right? And then you would like look at the map, and that would show you like
why you feel that way. And
or like what parts of your body were like impacted by that walk. And
it was cool.
Yeah, it was really cool.
It was definitely worth it. Like if you get a chance to do a barefoot walk, I know there's some all over. Just Google for your
I don't think there's a lot though. When I was trying to figure, I thought that there was, and it didn't look like there was a lot.
Well, hopefully there's more coming.
I know there definitely should be.
Just
super cool.
Quick Google around your area for like a barefoot walk,
or just go barefoot. Like, and so we did this recently. We were staying on kind of like a beach campsite in Florida, and it was, I don't know, like less than half a mile probably to walk to the beach, right?
Exactly half a mile.
Was it? Okay. We wore our shoes, pushed the stroller, did the juggle with the baby who doesn't want to be in the stroller. We get there and immediately take our shoes off to walk in the sand and do all that. And then there was just something about like sitting on that beach where like, oh my gosh, my like nervous system, full reset.
It was very calming.
I felt like floaty and like so relaxed and peaceful and calm. Like, and then our feet would be kind of like sandy and dirty, and we just decided to like walk back barefoot. And so there's a lot of like gravel and like
some asphalt, some concrete, and like just like some like sticks and just natural stuff. We're walking next to this big nature preserve with birds and like wetlands and all this stuff. And it was just like we both mentioned multiple times to each other how calm and like relaxed we felt.
Well, and then like I was very acutely aware of like how my feet felt. I was like, I just feel all this like sensation in my feet, and I like it. Like it feels cool.
It was like giving your body input into like where we are, and like almost bringing awareness to your surroundings. In like a more vivid way.
It like did something to me, and I really enjoyed.
That was very cool.
So that we did it. Yeah, we did it again the next day, and we did the exact same thing. Like took our shoes off and didn't wear them to go back.
Walked back to the campsite.
Yeah, and it was so enjoyable.
It was awesome.
And we were literally the youngest people in that campsite. Everybody there was probably like 65 and older, and they were probably all looking at us like, what the fuck are they doing?
There's a bunch of snowbirds that were trying to escape whatever area they probably lived during the summertime. Yeah. I mean, I think, we're just trying to bring awareness to certain things that we thought are cool and like could potentially be a game changer for your overall health.
Or your kids too.
Yeah, just look into it. Start doing some research, see what you think. Again, we're not claiming that any of this stuff is 100% accurate or 100% true. This is just our take on what we've briefly looked over. But I don't see a downside to going back to a more natural, strengthening, holistic way that's the word, human way of walking around and using your feet, and the way that they were intended to be used.
Yeah, I think if there's anything that you've like learned from our late night chats here is that there might be a lot of systems at play that are getting us away from our human design and the things that probably actually make the most sense for our overall like health and wellness and longevity and function. And that I don't know, there's some power in stripping everything down and keeping it as human and as basic as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that whether you're caught up in like the beauty of a narrow foot and the conformities of of the modern look and fetishizing your little tootsies, maybe there's beauty in having a natural, fully functional human foot. And I think that we could probably start making that something beautiful rather than saying, if your foot doesn't look a certain way, you're weird.
Oh, I feel like I should like put my foot up on the table and
I love your feet. I wish my fucking feet looked like yours.
You're jealous of my primal, what did it call it? Primitive
Neanderthal foot.
That's not what it said. That's pretty much what it said.
They're great.
I call them paddle feet.
They look functional.
They are functional, so
yeah.
And here's the bummer. Our child has your feet, so
well,
I wish I could say you're lucky you're reproducing with a Neanderthal like me, but she's got your feet.
I guess we'll see how much the wide toe box has an impact on those genetically narrow feet.
Hey, that'll be interesting. We'll circle back around in 18 years and we'll compare Zeppelin's developed foot with Jordan's developed foot and see which one is healthier.
Stay tuned.
Thank you guys for being here. We love you.
Love you.
If you feel at home here, leaving a 5-star review helps other families find their way too.
Come hang out with us on socials at Lone Wolf Podcast, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss what's next.
Remember, sometimes you have to stray from the pack to discover where you truly belong. Until next time, loners.